Hello happy souls, this is my new project Kawasaki KB100 RTZ rebuild, and these are all the chapters which I've categorized for this rebuild project. And now we are in chapter 8, engine dismantling. In that we are in part 2 with the cylinder head assembly, the clutch assembly, and this is the cylinder head. It is mounted with the 4 12mm nuts, and for that you need a socket type or T-type tool to remove the nut. First remove all the nuts and use a zigzag pattern or a X pattern to loosen all the nuts, and after that remove one by one. And you can also start with removing these spark plugs, but I forgot to bring the tool on that day, so I started removing these nuts first. And in previous project like Suzuki and in other bikes I have seen with these nuts come with a flat type washer, a spring washer and the nut, but here the assembly is simple. Only the nut is coming, and I have to just confirm whether the mechanic or the previous owner have missed something or this is the original OEM standard part. And other than that, do the same for all the nuts and remove the nut assemblies. And after doing that, we can completely remove the cylinder head, and if it is a bit tight, use a mallet and tap around the corners, or else just give a shake, it will easily come off. And after doing this, this is the inside part where the gasket mounting will come, and this is the metal gasket. Basically it is used to lock and prevent leakage between the two mounting parts, and this is the area where the combustion happens. And we tried to remove the cylinder head, but it was too tight and we can't remove it, so I'm using this 2 12mm nuts which we removed from the cylinder head assembly. Lock these nuts. Basically we are going to use this as a lock nut, and we are going to tighten it with the socket and a spanner. That's what the tool which we have now. So after tightening it, we can remove the stud assembly like this, and it is a time-taking process. You can also use WD-40 or other rust removers, and by doing this I can completely remove the thread area at the bottom and at the top and other assemblies. And after removing these studs, do the same for all the 3 or 4 items. In some cases while removing 2 or 3, the cylinder head will come. In my case it came with 3 studs. And after removing this, see the parts, you can see how the rust are accumulated, and I did the same for other 3, and the cylinder head easily came off. And you to try the same, and shake a little and remove the entire cylinder box. The piston may disturb you, and so slide the piston inside and slowly remove the entire cylinder head assembly. And this is the one cylinder head. It is already rebored. I think I can see this name written in the cylinder block, and this is the thread area where the studs come. You can see the rust particles, and we have to clean this, and we have to assemble once again. And this is a piston. We have to search the piston whether it is available or not, and we have to see the size. Is it the 0.5 or 0.25 or 0.75? And after removing the side pins, and we have to remove the center bearing and other assemblies. For that, use a stud which we removed from the cylinder head block, and tap at the edges, and so that we can remove the collar pin of the piston. And inside it comes with a bearing, and we have to take this and we have to search for the piston now. The same we did for the Max R100. This is a clutch assembly, and this is a nylon type flange assembly which holds the clutch activator mechanism, and inside it the clutch assembly comes. Here it is positioned at the RH side of the engine. And for this you need to remove the screws, 2 screws. The screws are in normal condition, a normal screwdriver is enough. No impact is required here. Like each two-stroke is different. Like Yamaha is like one type, and Suzuki is like one type, and this Kawasaki is like entirely different. Like because the carburetor position and the air filter assembly, the the RPM meter and other things are entirely different for me. And inside this flange, the packing kit was also there, and this is the oil pump for the petrol oil system, and here it is placed at the RH side. And in Yamaha you can see it is positioned at the front part of the RH side, and in Suzuki it is positioned in the left hand side. And after removing this, we are going to remove this bottom part. I don't know what it is because I'm new to this Kawasaki two-stroke engine, and I have done with Yamaha RX100, Suzuki and other things, but Kawasaki this is the first time. And we can see what's inside later. And these are all the side screws for removing the case assembly, that is the clutch housing assembly. And this is the secondary part of the casing, RH side casing, and inside it the clutch comes. And for removing this you need a impact tool, because these screws are tightened with impact, so normal screwdrivers won't work. And you can also use, but you have to replace all these screws with new screw kit. I have to see whether it is available or not, that is another thing. And with this, like all these screws are of like same type, that is 6 screws will come, and all are of same type, the short type. And the one which you are seeing, that is the screw which comes inside the casing, or the longest screws, that is 2 screws of same type and the longest type, and others are like 6 short type screws. And these are the things: 1 2 3 4 5 6, and inside 2. These are the 6 screws, and the remaining is the 2 which comes inside. And this is a plastic part. Inside it the o-ring is there, we have to take that off. And this is basically to seal the carburetor area, because the carburetor is mounted in this area. And shake a little and you can take the entire assembly. Inside it a clutch mechanism is there, pop that out, and also take the hoses which are connected to the RH side casing. And this is the one which I said. And then we can directly move to the other parts inside, that is the clutch assembly is there, the kicker assembly is there, and other mechanisms. Like this is the push mechanism which activates the clutch assembly. Inside it has a ball, so don't miss anything, place it inside. And now we can directly move to the kicker shaft. Here at these are locked at 2 places, one at the casing and one at the center part of the kicker rod assembly. And these are mounted with the center type nylon type bush. And first we have to take the case mounting, and then we can directly take this center part of the bush, and this can be slided and easily taken. Basically the mounting is like this: the center part will be locked at the shaft, and second thing, we have to rotate that and lock the spring in the engine casing. And then finally we have to put the bush. And this is the clutch assembly. It comes with 6 8mm bolts, and the same pattern, the crisscross pattern or the zigzag pattern, use the same. Loosen everything and remove one by one. And I think for assembling you don't need any special tool for this clutch housing. Let's see whether it goes good or not. And finally we have removed all the bolt assemblies. 2 are remaining. Inside it it has a spring assembly, the tension spring. In RX100 the mountings are different. In Suzuki the springs has to be pulled out, and here it is compressing. Each manufacturers are following their own style, and take off the springs, that is 6 springs. And to take this assembly we have to use a special tool. I don't have that. Instead I used the nose plier and a screwdriver, just expanded and lifted. And after removing that quarter type pin, a washer is there. Then take the upper part of the clutch housing and then remove all the clutch, the metal type and the normal type clutch assemblies, clutch plates, and this one, and inside it has a washer, and the outer part, the clutch basket, and the spring, and another one washer. And finally we can take the gear shifter also. For that press this and just release it. That's all for this video. We can see another part.